So I just finished watching the first episode of HBO Max's The Last of Us Season 2. I want to preface that I watched The Last of Us games religiously when they came out. Shout out to the Rad Brad. My memory of the games and show is admittedly a bit foggy because I watched part 2 of the game when it came out, which was 5 years ago, and I finished the show's finale when it came out, which was 2 years ago, but I still remember the overall storylines. I'm thinking I'll format my videos by first giving a quick recap of the episode, then give my thoughts and analysis afterward. Spoilers ahead. Season 2 starts off with Abby and her group mourning the lives that were lost in the Season 1 finale. We see how Abby's full of vengeance and is itching to track Joel down and end him. And ending Joel isn't enough. She wants him to suffer a slow and painful demise. One of the members in Abby's group, who appears to be her romantic partner, suggests that they go to Seattle to get enough supplies before they begin their hunt for Joel, and she agrees. We then cut to 5 years later, where Ellie's sparring with one of the residents at Jackson, Wyoming, the settlement that Tommy ended up in. Here, we're also introduced to My Glorious King Jesse, played by young Manzino. He asks Ellie whether she'll be at the New Year's party tonight, but she's hesitant to go. In the next scene, we see Joel talking with Ellie's best friend, Dina. She asks Joel why Ellie's mad at her. He thinks it has to do something with teenage angst and how their relationship is new territory for the both of them. It's also revealed that Joel is attending therapy. Afterward, we see Ellie and Tommy practice shooting together and discussing what shifts Ellie will be taking. She convinces Tommy to be put on patrol. Meanwhile, we see more and more people being accepted into the settlement, and Joel's expressing his concerns regarding overcapacity. Joel believes that they need to stop letting people in, and that they have to take care of their own people first. Maria, Tommy's wife, who also serves on the town council, tells Joel that he was once a refugee too. We see Joel attend a therapy session where he talks about how Ellie is acting distant, but we don't see his therapist validate Joel's feelings. She calls him out and says he's hiding something. She also says she's angry at him because Joel offed her husband, but honestly, I don't remember that happening at all. Eventually, she tells Joel to stop beating around the bush and say what's really on his mind. He gets defensive and simply says that he saved Ellie. We're then shown Ellie and Dina on the patrol run where they disregard the chain of command by going into a supermarket. We see Ellie dispatch a clicker before she falls onto the first floor, which separates them. Here, we're introduced to a new walker that doesn't immediately run and attack their victims. They instead act much more human-like. They wait, hide, and plan. Before dispatching this new variant of walker, she's bitten, but other than that, she's fine. They then return to the settlement and are reprimanded by the council. We finally arrive at the New Year's party. We see Dina is relaxed and dancing with everybody. And Ellie eventually gets her own dance with her. They share a kiss, but are interrupted by an older man named Seth. He calls him a derogatory word I can't say on here, but it rhymes with bike. That's all I'll say. Ellie begins to confront Seth, but before she can, Joel shoves him to the ground. Ellie again shows her resentment toward Joel and leaves the party. The episode ends with Abby and her group overlooking the settlement from afar. Okay, here are my immediate thoughts after watching. 1. It's very apparent that they make Joel a lot softer in the show compared to the games. In the games, Joel is represented as the type of guy to not talk about his feelings, so seeing him in therapy goes against his character in my opinion. I'm certainly not saying the show isn't allowed to deviate from the game. They should, but having Joel being a more vulnerable person just doesn't click for me. I understand why people like it though. It adds a different dimension to his character. 2. This episode's very on the nose when it comes to character dynamics. There isn't too much subtlety. When a character is feeling a certain way towards somebody, the show lets the audience know by having the characters display very intentional behavior, or they straight up reveal it in the dialogue. 3. The scene where Ellie and Dina being reprimanded by the council after disobeying orders rubs me the wrong way. There's a moment where Tommy explains how the supermarket situation would have been different if it were Joel and him in there rather than Ellie and Dina. Tommy's wife disagrees with that and sort of implies that women can do everything a man can do. And I guess that's true because we see Ellie grappling with a man that's at least twice her size, but I don't know, it comes off as unrealistic. If there's a clicker running toward Joel and one running toward Ellie, I certainly think Joel would have a much easier time dispatching it. 4. Not a critique, but we see Abby played by Caitlin Dever and Dina played by Isabella Merced, both of whom are a lot more attractive than their in-game counterparts. I just had to say it. 5. The best part so far are the set pieces. They look great and are really immersive. Admittedly, I had my doubts about this show in general. I think Entertainment Today is running out of creativity and they've resorted to redoing and remaking everything in sight. But with that being said, this episode was in line with my expectations. It wasn't bad, but it didn't blow me away either. It was serviceable. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think though. That's all I have to say for now. I'll be back here when the next episode comes out. Take care.